as we approach the Volete end of the year, and I start to turn my mind to things like the Volete chapel service. I'm sure your minds are turned to things other than that at the moment, maybe the odd assignment or two still to be done, exams, etc. But I'm going to direct your attention, if you've got any left, toward a story in Luke chapter 19, the first 10 verses, and it's about a man of short stature called Zacchaeus, who is a very successful businessman in his context. Not many people like him, so socially not doing as well as he might like to, but definitely bringing in the big bucks. He's working for the occupying power, collecting taxes for them, so a number of people are not very happy with that, but be that as it may, he's made a go of it, done quite well, and he's quite keen to meet Jesus. And he's short, so he can't see over the heads of people in the crowds that gather around Jesus, so he, being a problem solver such as he is, he clambers up a tree that he knows will be close to the path that Jesus is walking along, and waits to get a peek. Well, as Jesus approaches, Jesus seems to know more about Zacchaeus than Zacchaeus realised. He knew exactly where he was, knew exactly who he was, and also Jesus invites himself to Zacchaeus' place for lunch. Well, that doesn't happen every day, not to me anyway. And a really interesting thing then does occur for Zacchaeus. He goes through something that might be akin to a midlife crisis. Zacchaeus finds himself re-evaluating everything he has and everything he does, everything he stands for and what his life means, just from a conversation, a luncheon with Jesus. And we know that this is a pretty significant change because he declares he's going to give away half of his possessions to the poor. So he must have had quite a lot, because to give away half and still have enough for yourself is, a lot. And he's also going to return any money that he's defrauded. And you can bet that he's defrauded a few people, because that's what they did back then, like they do today. So it's a big change, and you can see from his actions that Zacchaeus has decided that the thing that he thought was most important, excuse me, turned out not to be so important, and something he hadn't considered actually was very important. And so he makes big life changes. Now, as you come to the end of this year, and some of you are continuing study, some of you are moving on from study into the workforce, into careers and that kind of thing, I hope that you can find something that you are so taken by and it so captivates your imagination about life that you want to make a contribution there and you can give yourself to it. It might take some time to discover. So don't be afraid to do that, to enter into the things that are going on now, and in due course to reevaluate. Midlife crisis is nothing to be scared of. I think as the world changes more and more rapidly, it's very likely you're going to have significantly different kinds of careers through your working life. And so look out for that which brings life. And just because you've got a lot invested in one thing, it doesn't guarantee that it will continue to bring you the happiness or the joy or the life that you thought it would. And so then it might be time to make a change. And it's got to be something really good for you to change for. And in the midst of all of that, I just encourage you to keep an ear open for the voice of Jesus, because it's got some very profound wisdom about life and about the things that really matter. And when we're younger, we might think we know better. But let me tell you, the older I get, the more I realise the simple things are the most important. And we do well to remember those things. So have a good week. I'm going to be in the chapel Monday night. Hopefully I'll see some of you there and we'll talk about Zacchaeus and Jesus and stuff. Go well with your studies, put in the work, but keep a balance, and God be with you as you go. Amen.